How's the people going? Cosmic Turtle here, and today we are going to be playing some Dear Esther, not Hello Esther, Dear Esther, Landmark Edition. Before we go any further, I deliberately said go in, people go in. I deliberately said it the way I said it because I enjoy doing that.
Addiction is my one
Before
true
someone thinks I'm an idiot and says I'm wrong.
No, I wake in false dawns and find the landscape changing,
But
flowing in constantly through my tears. I know his reaching is always upon me.
oh, here we go. Obviously, realistically, I would prefer to not have to clarify that, but based on like half of the comments of like the early day comments I had on my channel was when I said Dark Souls by mistake instead of Darksiders, I had more than enough people telling me that. So I guess I can't even have fun and speak. I'm just gonna roll with it. How's the people going? And I'm probably gonna start doing that more stuff like that because I do that in real life and I enjoy doing it. Okay, I can zoom in. So yeah, obviously I haven't played this game since I recorded this last.
There is no other direction.
And I believe that
No
was
other exit from this
around
motorway.
Christmas time.
Speeding past this junction, I saw you waiting at the roadside.
Speeding?
A one last
Speeding?
drink in your trembled hands.
This guy literally knows not the meaning of the word haste. Have I missed something? That's the way I came in, isn't it? Ah. Tricky devil. Oh, you can fall off. Ah, cool, he meant to fall off. I think, I hope. No, my luck, I gotta backtrack and work all the way around again. I like how the game has the concept that walking up this makes you move slower, but the game doesn't have a concept of making your character be able to run or do anything other than zoom in no matter what button you press. LT, LB, RB, RT, Y, B, X, A. I do like this cave system. Oh yeah, another thing as well, as you may notice, compared to my last 3 videos, I believe it would be now, you cannot see me. I believe I did mention it in the first of the 3 Shadow of the Colossus videos, which was originally intended to be one video, by the way. Just for some reason my Twitch was cutting out, saying I was losing connection to the server despite the fact that I was recording literally a second later, so I don't know what the real reason was, but it was just cutting out. But I will still be using a camera, so you'll be able to see me play and be a bit more personal, but that will only be on PlayStation. And obviously I've got like 3 or 4 games I'm currently playing on the Xbox, but I intend now on converting most of my third-party games onto PlayStation to record, just so we can have that more, I guess, like, we'll let him talk first.
The infection in my leg
Oh yeah,
is
you
an
have to
oil
walk while he
rig that
talks.
dredges black muck up from deep inside my bones. I swallow fistfuls of diazepam and paracetamol to stay conscious. The pain flows through me like an underground sea.
I like how I have options here. I can either go that way or I can go up there, but we're going to try going across. But yeah, like, obviously if I play with the mic, with the camera I should say, it makes it feel a lot more like intimate and personal, because otherwise it could literally be anyone's video. But when I have the camera, you know, I'm in the video, you can see me talking. It is my video. It just feels more personal to me, and I use the word intimate in a loose way. Obviously there's no intimacy within the video just because you can see me in it, but it feels more, I guess, the only word that works here for me is intimate. But you gotta, you know, you gotta understand the way in which I mean it, I guess. Otherwise you could see the use of the word intimate as a weird thing. But it's not really an issue. Nothing down there though. So I guess we just slowly stroll back over here now. Yeah, I decided to play this game of all games after such a long time, just because completing Shadow of the Colossus made me realise I really should finish off some of the games I've started. I got a list somewhere. I got like 9 games or 8 games currently playing through on the channel. This game itself is quite a short game, so I should be able to finish it in this video. Obviously, if you're watching this, you will know before I do, unless you're watching me currently stream it on Twitch. Then you'll be like 5 or 10 seconds behind me, meaning that we're basically at the same point. But yeah, because I got God of War coming out on the 12th, which I've pre-ordered that, so I'll be doing a like a midnight first impressions video. But I fully intend, I should say, of doing a well, can't go that way. I fully intend of doing a complete playthrough of God of War. But we'll have to find out, really. It'll all depend on the game itself.
I remember the light they shone in my eyes to check for pupil contraction. It was like staring up at a moonlit sky from the bottom of a well. People moved at the summit, but I could not tell if you were one of them.
Just because if the game is like a massive open world game, and you know, I'm not the biggest fan of doing playthroughs of open world games, because I feel like they take a long time, and my style of playing an open world game, like for example, it's not an open world game, but it's a JRPG. But Persona 5, it took me like 130 hours to do one playthrough of that game. I'm pretty sure I've seen online somewhere like the average gameplay time is like 60 hours or something to finish that game. But I just like to take my time. I like to look around. I like to literally weigh out all my options. I'll do something. If I'm not happy with it, I like to load up my save and try again, and maybe pick a different option so I can be more satisfied with how my story is progressing. You know, it's that kind of thing. And I feel if I'm recording, I have to just one take everything, you know. Other than on Fable, when I like reloaded my save a few times so I didn't collect silver keys, but that's different. That's completely different. But from what I understand, God of War, the new one, is supposedly like somewhat open-leveled. It's more of like an open-ended level game, like not so much open world, but large areas. Or maybe levels. I hope it's areas, because I'd like to be able to retread my steps, kind of thing. Oh, great. Oh, I didn't. I was convinced I died then. What, am I in like an underground London or something? That's like a medical bed, because it's got like the blood bag, or a bag with whatever needs to be in it. A UV drip, maybe? Urine, perhaps? I'm not sure what else they put in those bags, or if indeed any other than water than blood was correct. If there is by any chance a doctor watching this video, please let me know what they put in those medical bags, and also what those medical bags are actually called. If you are not a doctor and you do know the answer, then you can also tell me. You know, that would be just as good. Well, not just as good, it'd be close enough. Because, I don't know, no matter how you look at it, looking up the answer on the internet and being told by a doctor are two different things. Because anyone could look up on the internet. I could look up what it is on the internet. What's this? Achievement. Esther. Final chapter, The Cave. Or finished chapter, The Caves. Sorry, what was saying? 10 minutes? That's all I had left of the game. $150 gamers got mine. That's ridiculous. What place does that make me? What am I now? I'm 9th place. At least I'm playing Xbox more. Playing loads of PlayStation. See, if I get another 150, I'll go like up to 7th or 5th place. Oh, I can't believe it. Last month I was 1st place throughout the entire month. I like went ballistic on Super Lucky's Tale, and then I kind of didn't play at all for the most part throughout the month. Played a bit of Far Cry 5 when that came out. But then the evil and conniving Mazza swoops in and steals 1st place off me at the end of the month. The monster.
If I were a gull, I would abandon my nest and join them. I would starve my brain of oxygen and suffer delusions of transcendence. I would tear the bottom from my boat and sail across the motorways until I reached this island once again.
To be fair though, if they did this whole achievement tracking thing back when I first started on Xbox on the 360, I would have been 1st place on most months that I played. Oh shit, I done it too quick, I didn't get to look at the number. No, I got 186,000 gamer score, basically 187. Which, yes, I know a lot of people, thousands, maybe even millions of people have more gamer score than me. But I'm fairly confident that there's more people below me than above me. And I do have the highest on my friends list, so I probably would have averaged being in 1st place a lot. So I suppose I deserve to not be 1st place now.
And the glow from our infections.
Is that a computer that they're using like as a shrine?
And blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
Oh, it's like a medical pan as well. So is that like a heart monitor or something? Like more hospital equipment? Well, I'm not sure if, again, it's not called a medical pan, is it? But it's like those metal trays that they keep the equipment that needs to be sterilised. Or maybe they have two, one when they need to be sterilised and one where they have been sterilised. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Big open field by there. So I need to make a video on the channel showing you how to get the trophy on Gone Home for finishing the game in under a minute, because I have done that, or a minute whatever it is, you know. Oh look, there's a Pikachu in my house. Not playing Pokemon Go. There's a genuine Pikachu. Just strolled on in through the window which I left open. I left some Pokemon treats on the windowsill. I was hoping to capture myself a Charmander with that bait, but I guess a Pikachu will do.
There were chemical stains on the tarmac, the leak of air conditioning, brake fluid and petrol. He kept sniffing at his fingers as he sat by the roadside, waiting as if he couldn't quite understand or recognize their smell. He said he'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter. He'd stopped for farewell drinks earlier, but had kept a careful eye on his intake. You could hear the sirens above the idling traffic.
I feel like there's more to that story, and I don't like how they just suddenly stopped. That was interesting. So like the guy was a drunk driver and he crashed. See, the thing I like about this game's system by here.
I can see my armada.
Okay, see, this has nothing to do with the previous story, so
I'd never made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
But they're still here. I didn't sink. I'm confused. Is my guy the one talking, or is my guy listening to the thoughts of someone that he knew? Oh, shit. I think I died.
Come back.
Yeah, okay, I died. This game is very strange with its systems. Because some levels you're allowed in the water, then other levels you're not. Bird's nest with some eggs. What's this? On a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Sounds like a good lad. Falling to the ground, and lights shining around. And... yeah. What more could you ask from someone, really? Missed me turning. Bollocks, missed my turning, man. Lovely heavens. Very upset when I found out he retired. Well, not when I found out. I watched the interview when he announced it. So I suppose I did find out, but I didn't like randomly find out. Shut up. It's difficult to explain.
The pain in my legs sent me blind for a few minutes as I struggled up the cliff path. I swallowed another handful of painkillers, and now I feel almost lucid. The island around me has retreated to a hazed distance, whilst the moon appears to have descended into my palm to guide me. I can see a thick black line of infection reaching for my heart from the waistband of my trousers. Through the fugue, it's all the world.
I need to play this game again, and I probably will, because I can't remember the first part. I can't remember how the game started. So I really don't know if I am Esther, or if I am reading Esther's words, or if I'm writing to Esther.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fibre, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
What paper aeroplane? I think I'll die if I jump off there, so I'm not going to. I know this game does have... let's have a look, actually. This game has achievements for doing weird things. Walk 5,000 steps, trigger all voice over points, finish the beacon, Uncover 4 urns. Trigger all director commentaries. Alright, cool. There's not an achievement for falling to my death. But I am going to want to walk 5,000 steps before I finish this level. But I don't know if I'm close to the end or what. So I don't want to just like start walking back and forth just to get the achievement, because one, this isn't 3 or 4 years ago when I would have done that. And I'm recording and I don't want to waste your time, and I don't really want to waste my own time on walking around on a slow paced game, to be honest. That wind sounds crazy.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I.
Oh
Just
shit,
as I
look at
am
the colour
becoming his
change.
island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Oh, what's going on over here? Like, okay, yeah. I couldn't tell if it was lighting up itself or if I like, I don't know, if I stood at a certain angle and caused something to glow behind it or whatnot, you know. The guy's walking slow again. I could walk 5,000 steps and I could walk 5,000 more. Ooh, there's a little bunk up here. Let's have a look at this then.
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles.
Oh, what's this?
Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus.
You say Stanford?
This cliff path is
Sanford.
slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
Man of the Rocks. Yeah, there's 5,000 steps. I feel like I've done something wrong though. I feel like I've gone the wrong way. Oh no, wait a minute. No, there's more up, look. Here we go. I did notice that. It was pretty obvious I was going to get the 5,000 steps, so to be fair, because I feel like there was a lot more to this level. I felt like, and I still do feel like there's still I don't know, 10, 15 minutes left to this level. But then again, the music is starting to become a bit more intense. The colour had that weird orange, purpley kind of change a moment ago. The guy is talking about dying. So whatever it is, it feels like it could easily like end in 2 seconds time. But I kind of hope it doesn't, because I'm enjoying it. Kind of regret not recording this video sooner.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all.
Oh, I think
He
I
had
might
not
be
drunk
Esther.
Donnelly or
Oh no, I
spat
don't know.
Jacobson back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and
Again, this could be me
terminal
talking
beaches
to
of
an
this
Esther,
nascent
so.
archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
This guy sounds pretty angry. How nice this looks though. Look at that moon. That looks amazing. That looks similar. That reminds me, I don't think it looks similar, but that reminds me of is it the Marshall Mathers or the Slim Shady LP? One of those two that has like the moon with the clouds covering it. There's more to the cover than that, I believe, but that kind of part of the cover is kind of like stuck with me. I can just remember that. To be fair, I feel like I am nearing the end of the game now.
I am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star.
Oh, I've
Dear
lost
Esther,
control. He's
I
walking
have
on his own
burnt
now.
my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an Ariel, a beacon that they will not forget you. We have
Oh,
always
am I
been drawn
controlling
here.
this? No?
One
Okay.
day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will
Cannons
look
to
my
the
right
left
and
of
see
me.
Paul Jakobsen flying beside me.
Cannons
They
to
will
the
leave
right
white
of me.
lines carved into the air to reach the mainland,
Thunder!
where help will be
I
sent.
don't remember anymore. Oh shit, am I jumping? Wow, that is amazing. Oh shit. Did my guy commit suicide? To be fair, this game was a pretty grim game, but oh, I became a bird. I'm pretty sure I died back there. I know this is his soul flying away. Oh no, that's going to tell me to come back. I'm flying without wings. I am a bird who sometimes sings. He said he watched all of those disappear. They haven't disappeared into the Atlantic. I'm pretty sure he said Atlantic. Could be wrong. All I know is he didn't say the Indian.
Come back.
Come back, he says. Does that mean my guy didn't jump? It's going to reverse time and my guy's at the top of the pylon again? For the Chinese room. 200 gamer score. Achievement called Paul. Oh, that's annoying. So through watching my playthrough, you will manage to find 94% of the voiceover points, as they are called in the game. So Paul, Esther, Jakobsen, and Donnelly. So they are the four main characters, plot point, people of the game. So we're going to let this play. I'm not going to record it through to the end because there's no entertainment here. There's no sound. There is nothing. So I'm just going to stop talking here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. to encourage more content on a daily basis. I try to upload at least one a day from Monday to Friday anyway, but like the more subscribers and the more support I have, the more likely I am to upload anything you fancy, really, I guess, is the honest answer. If there's a game you want me to record, all you gotta do is comment on any of my videos, or send me a message on here or on Twitter at Sarge4268. But at the end of the day, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day. Take care, and recommend me to any friends that you think would enjoy my content. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And title screen. Star wipe.